All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're totally demystifying how modern creators are building massive, highly profitable audiences without ever stepping foot in front of a camera. If you think starting a channel requires thousands of dollars in camera gear, expensive studio lighting, and hours of awkward on-screen recording, well, the landscape has completely shifted. We are looking at a brand new playbook today. To really put the magnitude of this opportunity into perspective, think about this number, $142,000. That is the annual ad revenue from just one automated faceless channel running last year. That averages out to over 10 grand a month. And the wild part? A massive chunk of its viewers were from the US, which naturally drives up the revenue. It just proves that a faceless channel isn't some quirky little hobby, it's a serious, predictable digital asset when you set it up right. So here's how we're breaking it all down today. First, the faceless channel blueprint. Second, finding your profitable niche. Third, the AI production toolkit. Next up, building a repeatable workflow. And finally, avoiding the reused content trap. Let's kick things off with Section 1, the faceless channel blueprint, the myth versus reality. We are literally in the middle of a massive paradigm shift right now. We're moving completely away from exhaustive, mind-numbing manual labor. The old way of doing things meant staring at a blank page, spending 10+ hours writing scripts, recording endless voice takes, hunting down B-roll, and just wrestling with editing timelines for days. But the new way? It's like a cheat code. Platforms are using guided prompts to generate scripts, clone high-quality voices, pull the right visuals, and sync it all up in about 5 minutes. You aren't replacing creativity here, you're just dramatically compressing the production timeline. Of course, all the fancy tools in the world won't save you if you're operating in the wrong space. So let's move to Section 2, finding your profitable niche and targeting those high CPM opportunities. Okay, $15 to $35. That is the massive CPM rate, the cost per 1,000 impressions for the personal finance and investing niche. Advertisers pay an absolute premium here. You've got brokerages and fintech apps fiercely competing to reach viewers who actually have money to invest. Because of that, a finance channel pulling in 100,000 monthly views can generate 3 to 5 times more revenue than an entertainment channel with the exact same audience size. It's crazy. But hey, if finance isn't your thing, there are some incredible evergreen niches topping the charts for 2026. We're talking storytelling formats like true crime or Reddit narrations, which are fantastic because they keep viewers hooked right to the very end, driving up watch time. Then you've got health, sleep science, and tech explainers. These perfectly support scalable, repeatable content because people are actively searching for these answers month after month, year after year. Now, to make sure you're not just spinning your wheels, your chosen niche has to hit 3 specific criteria. First, proven search demand, meaning real people are actively looking for it right now. Second, you want to see competing channels with under 100,000 subscribers, which proves newcomers can absolutely still break in. And most importantly, the content format must be highly recreatable using AI. Think animated graphics, curated stock footage, or narrated documentaries. All right, once you've nailed down your niche, you need the right gear. Let's crack open Section 3, your AI production toolkit, from prompt to polish. This is basically your core arsenal. You've got heavy hitters like longstories.ai and Wondercraft acting as your all-in-one timeline editors. They fully automate the pacing and perfectly match visuals to your text. Then, for a totally professional, human-sounding voice, 11 Labs is an absolute game changer, starting at just $5 a month, completely replacing the need to hire expensive voice actors. And for the actual writing, you're leaning on large language models like ChatGPT or Grok to quickly map out outlines and draft conversational scripts tailored exactly to your audience. Now, if you want a serious, unfair advantage, listen up. The really savvy creators out there aren't just copy-pasting generic prompts into a chat box. No way. They're actually using AI coding assistants like Claude Code to build locally hosted custom scriptwriters right on their own computers. They feed this custom tool 5 or 10 transcripts of their competitors' absolute best, most viral videos. The AI learns the exact pacing, the hook structure, the specific tone. That means your generated scripts are going to punch way above their weight class from day one. But, having all these tools is kind of useless if you don't have a solid system to run them, which brings us to Section 4, building a repeatable workflow and scaling without burning out. Think of this as your 4-step assembly line. You absolutely have to start with deep competitor research. Then, you hand the baton to AI for the heavy lifting of scripting and ideation. Step 3 is spinning up those visuals and cloned voices. But Step 4 is non-negotiable. human-led final editing. You have to get your hands dirty in the timeline. Swap out a generic visual for a punchier one. Tweak the pacing and make sure the whole thing has a distinct, polished, human feel. Why is this workflow so absolutely crucial? Because it shifts your whole mindset. You stop praying for those exhausting, random, one-off viral hits, which, let's be honest, leads straight to creator burnout. Instead, you're methodically building a compounding, evergreen content library. If AI can drop your production time from 6 brutal hours down to just 1 hour, posting consistently every single week becomes a total breeze. And the best part? Your older videos just keep raking in ad revenue while you sleep. Finally, let's tackle the elephant in the room for new creators. Section 5, the reused content trap and surviving YouTube's policies. Look, there's a huge rumor going around that YouTube inherently hates AI. That's just flat out false. What YouTube's algorithm actually hates is spam. You really have to understand the difference between bad automation and good automation. Bad automation is mass-producing 50 identical quote videos a week using robotic, lifeless voices. Good automation requires a human in the loop. It means using AI as your trusty research and editing assistant, but always layering in your own original commentary and giving the content a distinct creative fingerprint that viewers will actually recognize. Just look at what Renee Ritchie, YouTube's creator liaison, has to say. It's not the tool that's important, it's the quality of the work that matters. That literally spells out their official stance. They are evaluating the final output and your unique editorial voice. They honestly don't care if you shot the footage on a $10,000 camera, hand-animated it, or used a clever AI prompt. The tool is totally irrelevant. The experience you give the audience is everything. So, to stay safely in the green and keep those ad revenues flowing, you need to live by this compliance checklist. Always add that unique human fingerprint by manually tweaking your scripts and tightening up the edits. Never cross-post stuff from TikTok with visible watermarks that instantly flags your channel as unoriginal spam. And hey, if your AI visuals are so hyper-realistic that they might genuinely confuse people, just check YouTube's synthetic media disclosure box. Being transparent keeps your channel perfectly safe. Because ultimately, while AI completely democratizes production and knocks down all those technical barriers to entry, your personal perspective, that is your true moat. AI can easily spit out a video on why the Roman Empire fell, sure, but what analytical lens or quirky humor or unique pacing are you going to bring to it? Think about that for a second. What totally unique angle are you going to bring to your next channel? Figure that out and start building. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.